Hello, everybody. We are going to
Hello,
transition
everybody.
to a new
On to the
unit
second
today,
part
business
of your
and career skills. And we're going
assignments
to
for
build on
today
those
and
skills that we
tomorrow.
used
So
last
we are
week
going to look at the
of letter
job
writing
application
and
itself and what kind of
envelope writing.
information and
So
how
your
to
task
provide
here
that
today is
information.
going to go through a slideshow that
So
looks very
we want to
similar
make
to the one
sure
I'm about to
that
go
we are
through with you.
not the person
And to find your
that
own
leaves
answers, or if you can
blank
remember them from the
questions on our
slideshow,
job application.
go ahead and
It
take some
makes us
notes.
seem unprepared.
There's three
We want to provide the name of our
websites
references
right here that will
after
house
we've
the answers
asked them
somewhere
permission
for the questions, or you
we
can
don't
just
want
pay
those people to
special
be
attention to the
surprised
video,
when
and that should help you
the employer calls
too.
to verify
So the
information.
company that are usually,
And then the last thing is, let's
between
not be that person who
potential
didn't
and other
proofread their
employees
job
and
application before
the
submitting.
managing
An error
executives.
usually means
So what they
no
do,
job.
they
So
hire qualified
know that
employees, and then
the
they
HR
manage them.
professionals are
And they do this
trained
by
to look
evaluating
for
resumes. They'll
inaccurate
interview candidates.
information
Usually
or
that's your
maybe
first interview.
exaggerated information.
They work
So
on
don't be the
creating an
person that's caught
employee-friendly work
providing
environment, so it's a
false
place people
information
want to
or
go.
lying on
And
a
then they
job
have to be
application.
aware of federal
The other
and
thing is
state
read and
laws
follow
that
directions
affect
carefully.
employee rights and employer rights.
If you can't follow the
So what
directions on the
skills
job
would you need if you
application,
wanted
that's
to
a
work
big
in
red
HR,
flag
if
that
you
you're
wanted to
not
be
going to
in
be
charge
able
of
to
hiring,
follow all the
firing, and
directions as an
benefits and
employee.
things like that?
So did you answer all
Some
the
things that you would
questions?
do
Have
would
you
maybe be
attached
some
all the
recruiting,
files?
finding the right
Again,
people
just a
for the
reminder
right
to be
job.
truthful.
You would have to
Because your
evaluate and
answers would be the
analyze
basis for any
resumes and
background checks. So things
applications
that they're going
to
to ask your
see if the skills
references
the
and
potential
things like that.
employee has
Provide any
matches what you
requested
need
attachments.
for
Sometimes they'll still want to see a
the
copy of your
job.
resume,
You
cover
would
letter,
interview and communicate with that new
oftentimes to your academic
hire if
transcript, which
applicable,
is
or
equivalent to your
communicate bad news
high school
sometimes
diploma.
if
Those
that's the
grades and
case too.
attendance things in
And
high
then you'd have
school
to promote
matter to
your
future
company.
employers.
What are you
They'll be are
proud
looking for
of?
dependability.
Why should you come work there?
If you can get to
Things
work
like
on
that.
time and
The
things
last
like
thing
that.
you're going to need to do is you're going to need to
So,
study and interpret laws
make sure that
and
when you're choosing
regulations.
your
This has been
references, you aren't
especially
just choosing
important with
your
COVID
BFF or
and
your buddy
changing
down the
safety
street.
things.
Make sure that it's a solid
those things are
information, solid
communicated to all
reference.
areas of a company.
First, ask them. Some people
So
might
what are
even
some
say,
other
"I'm not
duties? I mean, those
comfortable
are the
being a
skills that
reference.
you need.
I don't
So
think
some
things
duties
really
would be
worked
to
out when you
handle
worked for me."
employee complaints.
That does happen.
And that can be
Remind
from,
them of
I don't
when
think
you
my
worked
boss
for them,
is treating me
where you
fairly, or the
volunteered
bathrooms
together.
are
Maybe it was
really
a team that
disgusting,
you were
or
working on, a teacher that you worked with.
maybe another
And then
employee
tell
said
them the
something
types of
inappropriate.
places that you are applying
You will
to,
need
so
to
they're
help
prepared.
organize ongoing
You
workplace
can choose people
training.
from
So
school,
if you're
work,
promoting someone to
volunteer
a different
organizations.
job,
I know
or if they're
churches
hired but they need a little
sometimes.
training to be completely
If
qualified,
you do work
you
for
would
like the
arrange
Lions
that.
Club or the fire department,
Like I said
places like that
before,
are
you'll
excellent
evaluate applications and
references.
resumes.
Make sure
Interview
that
and
when you
screen
are
potential employees, paying
clarifying
attention
and
to
reminding them that
risky
asking them to be your reference,
behavior,
that you
or
clarify their email
words
address,
that they
phone
may
number,
choose that show they might be
if
covering
it's
something up.
relevant, or make sure
Communicate the
they're still
benefits of the
working at the
company,
same
so that would
place,
be
and make
like
sure
the
your
health
information is
insurance,
accurate.
retirement plans,
Do
paid
not
vacation,
fake that
things like
information.
that.
People do call
And then the
on
last part would be to
references. That is
discuss
very,
rates
very, very
of
normal.
pay, and then
don't list
deal
a
with any
family member as a
disciplinary
reference.
issues.
That
So
they want to know that
unfortunately,
you can interact
people
with people
fail
outside
drug
your
tests,
family unit.
or maybe when you're getting hired,
even when you're just
you
writing
feel
on
like you
the
could earn a little
application
bit more
itself,
than
make
what
sure
they're
you
offering
remain
you, those
professional.
types of things.
Make sure that the information matches
Alright,
your resume
then,
or cover letter.
the
In
federal
case they
laws
have
that
you
affect
include that,
human
or they
resources
may
or
ask
affect
for it in the future.
businesses. There's the ADA, Americans
Make sure that
with
you print
Disabilities
neatly
Act.
using
That's a
black
law
or blue
that
pen
says
if you are
that
completing it by
you
hand.
cannot be
A
discriminated
lot of times I'll
against if
say
you
do
have
a
a
rough draft, make
disability.
a copy of that application,
Usually
fill
you'll
it
have
in,
to
and
have a
then go
medical
back
note
and do it
or
again
a
so
note from
that
your doctor
there are no errors.
to prove that you
Proofread and
have that
correct any spelling,
disability, but
punctuation,
they
or
cannot
grammar
discriminate
errors.
based on that.
They're
The
going
FLSA,
to
probably
probably
Labor
scan
Standards
these
Act,
days
make
and
sure that
part of
you
their
earn
scanning
at least minimum
looks for
wage, that you cannot
any
work over
errors
40
like
hours
that.
without overtime
So
pay.
if you want to complete the application as
some
thoroughly as possible,
companies that will
don't get
vary.
overly personal or
And then make
confidential.
sure
It is
that
illegal
you're
for them
following the
to
laws
ask
for
those
youth
questions
employment
anyway.
standards
And if it's a
record-keeping.
legit job,
Then Title
they
VII of the
will
Civil
not be
Rights Act
asking for
prohibits
things like
employment
credit card
discrimination,
numbers,
so
passwords,
they cannot
or bank
discriminate
accounts.
on
That
race,
will
color,
not happen on
religion,
an
sex,
application.
or national origin.
So
they're
the
supposed to
assignments
be
for this
an objective
part are going to be three
employer.
things. You're going to take notes on the information
All
I
right,
just
so
gave
some of the
you, make
things,
sure that you
your first
understand it all.
interaction with
Then
an
you're going
HR
to start to
person will be,
brainstorm your own personal
looking
information for
at
your
or submitting
application,
your
and then
resume.
on Friday on
So
our distance
signs of a
learning
good
day, you
resume
are
at
going
first
to complete an
glance,
application.
employers will take about
So when you're
really, in reality,
brainstorming for
studies
your
show about 3
application,
seconds to read.
you want to
an
provide your
employee. So they're just
contact
gonna,
information.
look
Make
at it real
sure
quick.
that
They're
you
going to look
capitalize
for organization,
and
make
provide
sure
your
it's balanced,
full
so
name.
it's
Don't
friendly
just put your
to the
first or
eye.
just your
It
last.
shows that some
Your
effort's been put
address
in to
should
make
be
it
spelled out and capitalized
pretty.
appropriately.
And then thorough,
Phone number,
that
make
it
sure
doesn't
that they
have
can
just a
read
few
it,
words that they've expanded
that
in different areas.
If they cannot get in
Some
touch
red
with
flags
you,
to
you are
look
not
out
going to
for
get
if
the
they
job.
have any
And
misspelling
then make sure you
or
have a
grammatical
professional
errors.
sounding email
If they
address.
scan your
I know
employment
it
dates
can
and
be
there's
fun to
employment
have
gaps where
goofy
maybe you
ones.
didn't work for a
But
year or
if
6
your
months,
email address is inappropriate,
why?
that it probably
And then the lack of
significantly
detail.
decreases
If they
the
aren't
chances that you're
providing
gonna
very
get that
much
job.
detail, why? Why
The
aren't
next
they
thing you're
sharing
going to
what
need
they
to
know
have
how
ready
to
for an
do?
application
And,
are your previous employers
so it's just
or
a
clubs and
thing
organizations
to,
if you're going to draw on high school
alerts them
experiences.
to maybe
Make sure
an
you list
employee
their
that doesn't
full
meet their
name
needs.
and their
So
supervisor, the
other
name of your
ways that HR
supervisors,
managers can create employee-friendly work environment.
The supervisor's full
They
name,
often will work with the
their
vending companies
address,
to have snacks in
phone
the
number.
break rooms.
Sometimes the address
They'll
it is
help you if
sufficient
your workload is
to have
unbalanced.
just the city, state.
Provide
Other
work and social
applications will
support.
ask for the
So
street
that would
address
be
as
with
well.
401k
The
benefits,
telephone number.
sometimes
When you worked
counseling
at those
and,
jobs,
other free
generally you don't
support.
have to get down to the very
Offer
day,
tools for
but go
training,
from month
equipment,
and
and
year to
systems.
which
Make
month
sure
and
that
year.
everyone's safe.
And then they're going to know why you left.
Like I said,
So,
fair pay and
make
equal
sure that you have a
opportunities
good
for
answer
everyone.
for that.
Make sure
where
that you
can
have
spin
the
it
proper
positively,
tools to
even
get
if it was on
for the
bad
job.
terms.
So I know, like if you're hired out at McNeilus Steel,
Other things they're going
and
to
you're
ask you on
working in
your
the shop,
application
one of the very
is your
first things they
education,
do
so the
is they
name of
buy
a
you
high
a
school
pair
or
of
college.
steel-toed boots to
For
make
that
sure that you
section,
have the
it's
proper
usually just the city and
equipment to
state.
work at that
And
job.
then they're going to probably ask you about
Then
what your
they help
graduation
you with
date
job
or your
security,
expected
making sure
graduation
that
date
when
is. And
people are
again, for
promoted,
that,
it's
you can
done
just
fairly.
list the month
A
and
clean
year.
work environment, health insurance and benefits.
On your
and,
application, you are
paid
going to need your
time
references,
off.
like I mentioned before, their name, first
So,
and last, spelled
some of
out
the
all the
things
way,
that we hear
capitalized
about
appropriately,
for
their title, their
HR
contact
is somebody will say
information.
headhunting.
So you want to include
It's not an
their phone
uncommon
number
thing.
and
It
email
happens
if
regularly.
possible.
To my husband
The
and I
address is
anyway.
secondary these days.
Where somebody
They'd rather
will
pick up
reach
the
out
phone
and
or
say, "Hey,
shoot them an
you're a
email.
teacher. You should come teach
So,
online school for
sometimes
us
at the
forever."
bottom of the application,
So
they will
headhunting is
have short
when
answer
an
questions. So be
HR
prepared
person
to answer.
will go out and actively
summarize your
recruit
skills
somebody
for
that's
me.
working for another place because they're such a good candidate.
What value can you add to this
A
organization?
candidate
Or
then
how did you
is a
hear
person
about
that's
this
potentially
opening or organization?
a future
So just be
employee, so
prepared for
someone
all
who
those
has
things.
applied for a job.
When you're done
The track record
brainstorming,
means how have
then
you
your last
performed
assignment will be to complete your
at other institutions, other places of employment. So if they call and check your references, are they going to be like, yeah, they were late, they kind of got angry and flew off the handle, those types of things, or they were super dedicated, asked lots of questions, always had a positive attitude, those types of things. The other thing that you might hear is we decided to fill this position in-house. That would just mean that they offered the job to somebody already working for the company rather than somebody applying from a different company. So some things, and we're going to go through this as well, to ask in a, or some things that they will ask in an interview, would be what interests you about this job and what skills and strengths. This is a good question because it establishes how interested they are in the company. Are you applying just because you need something for the next 6 months and you don't really care? Or are you applying because you think that company is going to be the right fit for you? They can tell these things, and they don't want you if you don't have a sincere interest in their company, because that means you're probably not going to last very long. They also are able to identify key skills. So if you start to talk about it, you want to research ahead of time so you can match your skills with the job description. And then it just speaks to how well you can communicate with somebody asking you questions. Are you using appropriate grammar? Are you talking at a level they can hear you? Those types of things. The last person, the next really common question is, can you tell me a little bit about your last job? So what they're doing here is they're looking for what kind of worker you are, if you had teamwork skills, and then they're trying to evaluate your ability to take responsibility. So if you were to, if your job, even if your last job ends badly, you don't want to throw that other employer under the bus. They'll see that as a warning sign that you are not able to work with people and cannot take responsibility for things, even if it's true. So you want to make sure that you're always professional and uh, try to communicate what you've learned from that position, or tactfully say why it didn't work for you. So a few things that didn't, well, they did really happen, but didn't turn out so well for the candidate is the next things, and you'll be able to see these further on your slideshow, so I'm not going to read them to you. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, and I'll be glad to help. Good luck.